Thank you for joining me with LemonWire. My name is Abhisheka. I'm here with Addie Kosten, and we're going to get to know her today. She is a local artist here in Indianapolis. Addie.
Yes.
How did this all begin?
Well, I guess if we want to go way back, it probably begins with a karaoke machine that I got when I was 12 years old. I think my dad bought it mostly for him because he's also in music.
Yeah.
But use us as an excuse. But yeah, for Christmas we got it and bought every pop karaoke CD that we could find.
Oh my
at
gosh.
Walmart.
What was your favorite?
Play by J-Lo.
Okay.
I sang that until I think the CD skipped. But that's kind of when my dad first realized that I could sing, and then after that he was just kind of pushing me. He's like, "Hey, you should do this." And
That's good that he was supportive.
Yeah. And then my mom didn't believe it for a while, and then I did a talent contest in junior high.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "Oh, you can sing."
Yeah.
So yeah. Then after that, I just started writing songs and.
It is always strange though, right? Like putting yourself out there in that way. And
Yes.
I mean, on some level, obviously, everybody's just like, what are you on?
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, who do you think you are?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary,
Yeah.
for sure.
What has driven you now to put out music and just go as far though? You know, because yes, there's like the initial,
Yeah.
but where does that drive come from?
So I think it comes from, for a while, I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know who I was. Like, I've always been a very creative person, and I had like a million different things that I wanted to do. But music kind of was always around. I knew I wanted to do something creative, and I was always creating music, but I didn't know if that's what I wanted to stick to. And about 5 years ago, I did an EP. I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. But I didn't do it to my authentic self, and I think that kind of didn't let me grasp onto it as much as I needed to.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought that I needed to fit into like this certain box that everyone else made for me.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really happy with the product. I mean, I love the songs. They're a part of, who I was.
Yeah. But your life and
yeah,
story and stuff. Okay.
as cliche as it
Yeah.
sounds. But yeah, and then I took 5 years, I think, of like exploring and finding myself.
So, and that was like after college?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, it was just kind of like, okay, I need to do this because it's always just returned in some way. So then I just.
What do you mean return?
So I guess like for a while, like
It just keeps coming back around?
Yeah,
Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So like I would go different avenues, like,
Oh yeah, let me just try this, let me just
right.
try that.
Like at one point I was running a funnel cake shop in Australia. Like just random. Like,
You're what?
I was running a funnel cake shop.
Running?
Yes.
In Australia?
In Australia, yes. It's a long story. But,
wow.
Yeah, but like different things. So like I was doing orange peel art at one point, and I thought I was gonna like try to do like a book of that, and just like randomness.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah. So, but eventually I was just like, look, Addie, you gotta do this. You gotta stop.
I think that, I think we try to distract ourselves from our destiny.
Exactly.
Or like what we want because we're kind of afraid of it.
We're afraid of success.
So you were afraid?
For sure. Oh yeah. Like I knew that's what I needed to do, but I was just like kept like procrastinating and going around it. It was like.
I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe not.
But here we are.
Something's gonna happen.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Recently, you put out a project, right?
I did.
When?
It was released October 4th of this year, called Headspace.
Headspace.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that's everything on your mind.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. I didn't want to write. I mean, I love and I guess I don't love heartbreak, but when I go through heartbreak, I write songs. But I didn't want my first project to be about the typical, love and heartbreak, which there's nothing wrong with that. I wanted to kind of challenge myself, and I decided to do it about the ups and downs of my personal struggles with insecurities and and I think that's another part of the reason I didn't do music for a long time is because
That's what you wanted to talk about?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of what inspired the project.
What is your process then for the album?
Or the
album. I guess it's from song to song, but the album.
Yeah, so this took me a very long time.
Okay.
Way longer than it should have. It's only 6 songs on the album. How it happened was I was just gonna I went to school for recording and technology. So created these demos that, well, they're now demos. They were going to be the songs that I was gonna release.
Yeah.
Thank God I found my producer who I worked with.
Oh my gosh. Who do you work with now?
His McKay Alexander.
Okay.
So he's actually more EDM, but we met through work, and he listened to the stuff that I was gonna release, and he was like, I think I could help you.
Oh my gosh.
Like, bless him, because
Right.
I mean, it's a completely different, I mean, the concepts are still the same, but he made it sound just a million times better, and exactly what I wanted. So yeah, that was that process.
So how long did it take you?
It was, I think.
But I guess I'm asking too, like, do you write first, or do you like?
Yeah. Okay. So how the album happened was I wrote the songs over like a span of a year and a half.
Were you just like writing it over like beats or something?
It kind of depends on the song.
Okay.
So some songs, like, I'll like get like a lyric in my head. I'll be like, oh, that's a good lyric. I'll write it down. Or like the last song that I wrote, that's how that started. I kind of had like a melody and a lyric in my head, and sat down. I was like, oh, that kind of sounds good. Found a loop online that kind of had the feeling that I wanted, and I just developed it from there. I think I wrote Lights Go Red, which was the last song on the album. I wrote it in, I think, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's weird how like that just kind of like spills out sometimes.
When you are emotional.
Right? When you need something out there, it just kind of tumbles. So yeah.
Yeah.
But and then other times I'll sit at a piano and like do it that way. A lot of the times I'll hear a synth or a loop or something that inspires, like, I'm like, ooh, like it grabs me a little bit, and then I write the song around that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's also such a struggle at times too, because I feel like we do have to feel like inspired a bit.
Yeah.
So, and that could be like emotionally, which sucks
Right.
too.
Exactly.
But it's nice to like vent in that way and be productive in that manner. But even, you know, when you hear like beats and stuff, you're just like, these beats suck. Like I can't think of anything because it's not making me feel anything.
Right.
Also.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
So where do you want to take your music? What's your goal?
Oh, that's a loaded question. I guess I just want to. My favorite musicians are the ones that inspire me to challenge myself, and I wrote my album because I want people to really like kind of self-reflect and know that they can get through like the voices in their head that tell them that they can't do something. So as far as like, you know, in my head, if I like ultimate goal, ultimate dream would be playing Red Rocks Amphitheater in Denver, Colorado. I don't know why I have that in my head.
Yeah.
That would be like, I mean, you know, that's hella success.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. But that's like when I visualize or when I like, you know.
But it's also good to have those types of things in your mind, though.
Right. Like I might not get there, but
yeah,
if you're just always trying to work up,
yes,
you're not gonna stay
No,
stagnant.
you gotta know, right?
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
what is the ultimate thing? Because I feel like some people are just like, I just want to put music out.
Right.
Like, I just want to make things. And I'm just like, but what about the end result? Like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
are you, like, trying to get some money? Or, like, you know, like, are you trying to, like, get your music out there in a certain platform? You know?
Right.
But,
yep.
yeah, so it's good to know. What artists inspire you?
I love vocal polyphony is like ear candy to me. So have you heard of Laura Mabula?
No.
Okay, she's from the UK. She's amazing. But I love like layers. Like Maggie Rogers does the same thing with her vocals and vocal looping.
So they're just kind of like harmonies and runs and
and like a lot of like
layers.
A lot of my songs like have like layers of my vocals and like call and response kinds of things, and lots of builds. I love builds. If
you didn't know,
a bad habit. Yeah, like almost every one of my songs has a build in it. But so in that aspect, them as far as live shows and like emotional connection. I loved 21 Pilots when they were, you know, coming up. You know, I still love them, but like, you know, I got to see them where they were playing to like 10 of us in Ohio, sort of thing. So it was like really cool to see that gradualness, like from a couple dudes from, you know, the Midwest.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
They inspire me in that way. So, and philanthropically, like I love Bono, you know, from U2. I love all the stuff he does. I have like a lot of inspirations for a lot of different things that I want to try to you know, pick out.
There's always like a couple things you can take, you know, from all of them.
Yeah.
And even, I mean, artists around, you know,
Yeah,
around
for
you and
sure.
stuff. Is there any artists that you're planning on working with here in Indianapolis?
Yeah, so Emily Pardo is releasing, she's, I feel like female pop artists in indie are a little bit limited. I don't know if you feel that way.
No, I just feel like females in Indianapolis are limited.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's also true.
Yeah. But I feel like indie music is too.
Yeah, for sure. So, but she's releasing an album, and I get to, I don't know if I should say this, but
Secret.
may or may not be playing on her release show. So, but I guess as far as working with her, like on a track, I'm not planning that, but like supporting. I love, like, I try to get as many like female woman X artists on my bills as possible. I haven't been gigging much yet, but like when I do, I want to make sure that there's some representation. Starting to do a lot of work with Girls Rock Indie. I don't know if you know about them.
What is that?
They're an awesome
Because I think I've only
organization.
seen it like because of your Instagram or something.
Yeah. So they are a nonprofit in Indy that focus on women and women identifying musicians in the city from ages, like, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Michelle, I want to say 11 to 16, and then like after 16 they, you know, get to be like the older,
like the
groups.
mentor.
Yeah, the mentor. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
And those are the girls that I actually work with, and they're amazing. Like, they're just, I love them so much, and they inspire me so much, because like they're these girls, and they teach, you know, like self-value and like how to navigate the music scene as a girl, and like things to expect. And I just, that's a great organization. Check them out.
Shout out.
Yeah.
If
Yes.
you had the chance to work with any artist possible, who would it be?
Oh, gosh. Probably, I'm going to have a lot of people give me an eye roll for this, but probably Gary Lightbody from Snow Patrol. And not only because he is like my dream man.
Okay.
But I love, I'm pretty basic. I mean, I love all types of music, but like his prose, I'm a big fan of, and I love his vocals. I saw him live recently, and he's just amazing. He just gets so into it.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I feel like at performances in general though, you're just
Yeah.
like, I think I'm in love.
Right?
Like I don't even care sometimes. I don't care who it is.
Right.
You know? I'm just like, I think you stole my heart. And I don't know how you did it so fast. I was living my life. I actually saw like SZA and stuff at like Dunkirk, and like I got in for free and stuff because my friend was going on tour as a photographer with her.
Yeah.
And I was right there. This is the stage, and I was like.